Everybody, Nevio here, and today I'm in a different room. So by the fact I have a kaleidoscope, an actual chair, and I'm in a different room, yeah, I found the perfect place to do it. My nana in her house, which is where I am right now, has an arts and crafts room, basically, which is where I am at this precise moment. Because today we are doing a drawing video. So, I will quickly explain what this drawing video is about and then we'll get straight into it. So, today's video, this very fun video idea I've had, is actually based off of a trend I've seen by the lovely Grey Matter fanboy. He is a Ben 10 fanboy, as the name can expect, who does loads of short videos on Ben 10, one of the best shows and one of my personal childhood heroes. But he's been doing these short videos and full-length videos on Ben 10 AUs. If you're wondering what's an AU, it's alternate universe. So he's been doing reviews on fan-made custom Ben 10 alternate universes, where the Omnitrix is different, the aliens are different, Ben's different. So if you haven't go see him, just go check out Grey Matter Fanboy. I probably won't put a link in the description because I don't know how to do that, but I will quickly explain some of the AUs that have already been created. They are some of my personal favourites. Now, so, the first AU will be the Chegatrix, which is where Azimuth, the creator of the Omnitrix, for some reason really lustful and created it filled with female DNA that not only instead of turning Ben into the alien, it creates a separate entity that walks alongside Ben. But not only does he work with the aliens, they're in love with him, funny enough. And then second AU I've read about is the reverse AU, as I call it. I don't know their full names, but it's where the Omnitrix glitched out and all the aliens got reversed. So you have stuff where Forearms is skinny and smart, or where Grey Matter is buff and strong. Well, those are the same things. And I'm pretty sure he's tall. And then there's stuff like Heat Blast, who's Water Blast. It's funny. And then there's the evil, demonic Carnatrix, where all the aliens are demonic evil entities that possess Ben. And I thought, I love Ben 10. I love drawing aliens. So, why don't I hop onto it? So, you're about to join me on a very strange trend of me creating my own Ben 10 AU. So, I will introduce you to my designs. So far, I've made 2 designs for my AU, a Ben design and 1 alien. But in today's video, we'll be designing a new alien for the universe of my Ben 10 AU. Now, the video that inspired me to create this AU was actually from the almighty Ben 10 lords of the fan base, the Ink Tank. Yes, the almighty creators of Ben 10 5YL, which I actually reviewed on this channel ages ago. So, if you haven't seen them, go check out my Ben 10 5YL reaction videos. They were a lot of fun and they made me tear up. Also, I will be doing a new review for the latest episodes because I don't believe I reviewed all of them. And there's new episodes coming out very soon, hopefully. So, the video that inspired me is when Curry the artist and legendary character designer O.R. Ash reviewed a Ben 10 Omniverse episode in their very awesome series Ben 10 Breakdowns. They reviewed an episode about Upchuck's home planet, the Gorman's planet, which talked about subspecies. So I thought, I love the concept of a subspecies, having 2 species that have similar capabilities and body structure and DNA, but have the slightest difference that makes them two separate entities and DNAs compatible in the Omnitrix. So, I will introduce you my subspecies AU. So, we shall start with my design for Ben and the Omnitrix. Now, I haven't fully got the colours done since I don't have my since before we left to come up to Market Drayton, my mum bought me these colours. So then, because otherwise I'd be carrying my big pack. So, I have these colours only at my disposal. Alcohol-based ink markers and aqua-based ink markers. So, watercolours basically. So, I'm going to go through my design first. Sorry if my shadow gets in the way. So, starting off, we have Benjamin Kirby Tennyson. Or in my universe, Benji, as he prefers to be called. He prefers to be called Benji, as in this universe, it reminds him of his brother. Well, I'm actually still working on the lore, so there will be changes, but so far in my headcanon, he lost his dad in a car accident when he was little, so he lives alone with his mum, and yeah, so Ben here, I don't have an actual reference picture to look up for, but you can see that I based this actually off of his classic series design, as my story starts out where it all began when he was 10 years old. So we have his ruffled up hair, a very light green set of colour for his eyes. Instead of the classic black and white shirt, we have a black and white hoodie with green straps around the hood. But you may, what's with the sleeves? Why is one sleeve a lot more bulbous? Well, I'm not going to draw in hoodies if you can't tell. So, what my idea was, instead of wearing a plain old t-shirt, he wears a hoodie with his signature colours, of course. Where, because his Omnitrix is a different from watch, it's a glove. Because I've had you'll see it in Cody Artist's classic series breakdowns. Ben's Omnitrix has so many inconsistencies with how clothes work, which really bugged me. So I changed it from a watch to a glove. So now he wears a hoodie. But I thought of the glove idea after I came up with the hoodie idea, because I didn't know I wanted to draw my Omnitrix for this AU. So instead, he wears a hoodie with the sleeves rolled up. So the way his jumper is, it's how I showed you guys here. But from here all the way down to his wrist is a full black sleeve of his hoodie, which he always has rolled up, as in this universe, Ben don't play soccer. He does fitness. My Ben's jacked. In other words, my Ben, he don't have these arms. He have arms that could probably slap a Tetraman. Yikes. But yeah, so I gave him a sleeves rolled up kind of design. And then for his pants, I gave him dark green cargo shorts. Well, not really shorts. They look like shorts, but they're actually they're the same type of trousers as his classic series design. Just different green with a sewn on lighter green patch, as this kid, whilst running, tripped over concrete and scraped his knee, ruining his favourite pants. So his mum sewed up his trousers and now he has them rolled up. He also wears a sleek black and white trainers. I was going to copy my Jordan's design, but change him to green, but I decided not to. And then this is what he looks like. So when he's injured, I haven't designed a full injured model. So far, all that gets injured is his face. His clothes get completely fine. And then we have the back design. The rolled up sleeves are a lot more easier to see here, unlike these ones. But you also get to see a early design concept, just like over here, of the Omnitrix. And I took an idea. So, Colby Brock, I'm like 90% sure half the time he wears chains connected to his trousers. Well, most of the time skinny jeans, but still. So, Ben, being a child that he is, tries to follow along with the trends. So, that is why he's wearing trousers with a chain connected from the back pocket to the waist. So, yeah. And his hair's a lot longer. So, his hair in the Claxes was like my hair at the back, just with a bit more ruffle. My version of Ben's hair goes down to the bottom of his neck. So, yeah. He also has a big fringe. Jesus, what have I done to my hair? So, that's all I've got for his classic design. Next, we have the Omnitrix. So, as I said with why he's in a hoodie, I decided to change up the design. All of the other Ben 10 AUs have it as a watch. Well, I looked at some details. In Cody Artist's Ben 10 Breakdown series, he pointed out that every single time Ben changes clothes to like his Galactic Heroes uniform or the hazmat suits, 2 examples by the way, his Omnitrix would somehow be above all of the clothes. Same with the spacesuit in Secret of the Omnitrix. So, don't know how that happened. So, yeah. If you don't know what I'm all about, type up on YouTube or on Google Ben 10 continuity errors with clothes or something like that. If you go watch their breakdown videos in Classic, you'll see what I mean. But like, for example, I will use the Galactic Heroes uniform. It's a white sleeve with a big white glove. The Omnitrix, in one scene, is underneath the glove but above the yellow sleeve. But in the next scene, it's above both of them. Man of Action or whoever wrote that episode, bro, contingency, yeah, whatever word it is, I can't speak today. So before I came up with the idea of turning it into a glove, I had the idea of the hoodie. But then I thought, why don't I do something different? I always imagined a future version of Ben with the Omnitrix as a glove, like what Albedo does in Ben 10 Omniverse. God, I sound so nerdy, I love it. So, I'm going to run through the design. There is some miscoloring with 2 of the icons of this Omnitrix. So, I will explain those and explain how I am a dumb nut. So, yeah. This is a not very detailed design of the Omnitrix glove. It's just a plain black glove with the Omnitrix style. Now this is what was supposed to be when he activates the Omnitrix before the icons appear. He also clenches his fist whilst doing it. But I accidentally coloured it in red, the timeout colour. So yeah. And this one, even though it looks like recalibration, is supposed to be the timeout colour. So I got the colour wrong on this one first before I put it on that one. And then this one, which is supposed to be yellow for glitch, I accidentally put as green, so that's the collecting DNA now. And then this one's the new broken. As you can tell, these ones were afterthought as they do not have the glove-ish shape. Yeah, some reason when I'm not drawing the full glove, the dial goes weird with the glove pattern. So, when I designed this dial, I based off of Race Against Time when Eon was controlling the Omnitrix. And then this one's when he's selecting the holograms. So we've got purple, green, blue, red, and green. So, yeah, that's my design. Now, you're probably wondering, what does I mentioned earlier in the intro, subspecies. You're probably wondering, what's that? Well, a subspecies, I don't know if I explained this properly, but a subspecies is where, for example, saber-toothed tiger. Technically, a subspecies of that animal is a cat. since they're both feline creatures. It's just that one has giant claws basically in its mouth that could chomp on a child's skull. God, that is dark. And another is a cute little kitty that likes to bite people and likes to play with a ball of yarn. So there's differences, but if we was talking alien-wise, they would be different enough to count as two separate transformations. So, yeah. So, I decided, why don't I create a subspecies Omnitrix, where every alien is a subspecies. I actually had an idea for a subspecies that I commented on Ink Tank video. I think it was a Ben 10 breakdown. I don't remember which video it was. So I'm still trying to find it, and then I will screenshot and post on community poll whilst making a short about it. So, in that comment I mentioned making a subspecies of goop that instead of being able to shapeshift or whatnot, it's a mimic. So whatever material it touches, like an osmosian, it becomes that material. Yeah, now I think about it, that just sounds like someone got a female or male osmosian and a female or male goop and baby making. Yeah. So I decided to not include goop in this playlist because he was the original alien I was going to do, but I couldn't find the comment. Yeah, if you can't tell, my autism's kicked down, spinning on this chair. But, so I decided, what aliens do I want in this playlist? And I decided, all the other AUs started with the original 10, so I'm going to start with the original 10. So, introducing Electrolyte, the subspecies of the Pyronite. I went on Google and typed in what's a sub-element of fire, since Heat Blast is mostly a fire-based alien. And I got fire plus earth equals metal, and then fire plus wind equals electric. Now I was originally going to do fire and earth to do this subspecies, but I'm just realizing that'd be a bit more difficult, so I decided to go with the lightning. So meet Electrolyte, or as Ben nicknames him, Lecky, with a silent E. That's why it's so small on there. So he's a pure electric pyronite. Instead of fire, he has electric hair, and he has white rocks which count as insulation. As his side of the planet, is actually in its core, where the core of their planet, Pyros, creates such high energy that it basically creates its own little insulation and creates electricity, which is how these guys are created. So this is a front view. He's quite slender, unlike the bulky pyronite, and only has 3 fingers, unlike the 4 that pyronites have. This is what he looks like when you insulate his head enough that it takes out all of his electricity, or he gets drained, like what feedback does. And then, if you go around his back, his head's very much visible. And yeah, that's his back design. So, that is my, so far, the only alien I have designed for my AU. Now, you're probably wondering, didn't I mention something about designing a new alien to join the roster? Well, since I will be going through their first appearances of when they appeared in Ben 10, I thought, who was the second alien to ever appear in Ben 10 Classic? And I rewatched the episode. Well, originally I was going to accelerate, but then I had this idea of, why don't I do it in chronological order? So, I decided, how about Wildma, since he is the second alien to chronologically appear in the Ben 10 show. So, yeah, we are going to be drawing wildmat. Well, I will be, so you guys will be hearing my thought process as I draw them down. So, yeah. Now, just gotta think. What's the subspecies of a dog? I have no idea. So, we will be reversing the effects of a subspecies. I think that's how it works. I don't know. Give me a sec. Okay, I have returned with a drink. Shout out Juice Burst. Favourite flavour is iced peach tea. So, I've just asked my nana and mum what a primal ancestor of a dog is, since Wild Mutt is a dog alien. Also, by the way, this video is going to be definitely going on for a lot longer than 30 minutes, so please bear with me. I wasn't planning on taking so long on that intro. I'll probably cut this down to probably a second video. If not, it'll just be a longer video. So, a primal ancestor of a dog is a wolf, since I'm flipping the effect of a subspecies. So, that is what I'm going to be working with. So wolves are a lot sleeker than dogs, as they are made for hunting. They also have sharper fangs and sharper claws, as they are made to kill. Now, sticking to his classic design, I gotta try and find a way of... Actually, you know what? I need a reference picture. Give me a sec. Okay, I have the reference photo. I'm using a picture from the -10. So, I'm going to get his actual design drawn first before I go ahead and change him into a wolf. Since getting the general design done first is actually more important, as it is the basis for drawing any animated character. I also had to quickly connect my Nintendo Switch to Wi-Fi, so yeah. Now, my drawing of Wild Mutt's not going to be the best, so off camera I will be improving it. Seems to be just the head I suck at drawing, so I'll probably sort that off. Sort that out off camera. So yeah. Got his paws actually backwards, so I'm just going to fix that. So far this is my design for, well, my attempt at drawing, oh god, that is a big glare. It's my attempt of drawing this Wild Mutt here. And yes, it's literally 5 seconds after transforming, so it's going to be a bit rough. So, yeah, my idea is mostly to turn him into a wolf instead of a dog, as dogs are the natural predecessors, well, ancestors of dogs. So, I will be taking the details from Volpomancers, merging them with wolves, and yeah. Then I'll probably do the colouring as a little short, probably, or maybe as another video, because I might draw them first, update them, and then colour them as a live stream. So if you ain't subscribed to my channel or my Twitch channel, then go over to twitch.tv and search up NeoVio, but that's NeoVio with zeros instead of the O's. Not a bad idea. So I will probably put a link to my Twitch in my description of today's video. That sounded like my fingers clicked. Gave me the heebie-jeebies. Anyways, I'm going to quickly chug some of this down before we get back into it. Nice. Alright. So right now I am working on the face design, as that's the only thing I seem to be struggling with at this precise moment. So, Vulpamancers use their keen sense of smell as their vision. As so do wolves, I think. Wolves are my favourite animals. I should know this. Okay, I have finished the design for my wild mutt. Now, I will be... Okay, so, I've just got to add some details to his design. Like his claw nails, his spike fur. And you guys in the comments will have to tell me what's your favourite design from this video. Is it Ben, Electric, or the Vulpin? Actually, you know what? No. Today's comments will be, you guys get to choose the name for my wolf Vulpamancer. So, best comment wins. Also, speaking of comments choosing names, I have decided a name for my little decay monster that I made a short about a while back. I've not had time to make a short about it, but we did have some very nice options like Cyborg Venom, which was given by my friend Noel, also known as NB is NB. So, please go check out their channel. I will put a link to their channel in the comments. You're not... I'm actually going to do this professionally. Every YouTuber I've mentioned today, a link to their channel will be in the comments. Well, not comments, the description. So please give them all some love. And yeah. So, yeah, let's get back into this. Now, wolves are mostly known for having grey fur. So, I'm going to be turning this from an orange Vulpin to a grey and white Vulpamancer. Indeed. He will be a good hunter. Yeah, so you guys will be choosing the name for this alien in the comments. And hey, you never know. I might also do some commissions from you guys for what your aliens might be. I'll do a whole separate short on that. We're already 29 minutes. We're already almost at the end of the runtime. Now we're at the end of the runtime, but I'm going to get this design done first, and then we're going to do it. So, as I was saying, vulpamancers use their keen sense of smell as their way of seeing. So do wolves. Now, what happens if we turn that sense of smell into not only a way of seeing, but a way of hearing? So they can hear their prey's breathing from miles away. So, for example, I'm over here by Liverpool. So, if this species of vulpin was all the way, say, in the Arctic, they wouldn't be able to smell me because the Arctic would really muck up their sense. But if there was, for example, the Arctic was not a really good choice, for example. For example, the Weymouth, or Littlemore, or White Regis, or Portland, anywhere in that area, and I was all the way up here, that thing could smell me from miles. Give it, like, one of my clothes, like, give it something of my scent, that thing's gonna be running after me in Mach 5. Yeah, these things are speedy little guys. Like, never mess with them. So, yeah. So I'm giving them really bulky front legs, so when they're running, they can propel themselves around like that and whatnot. And then their back legs, I'm actually going to make, instead of this like shape, they're going to be a lot further back. I can't really stretch my arm out. So they're usually like this. I'm going to make them a lot more pointed at the back. So then, they have a lot more jumping capabilities. And I'm changing their 4 toes. Wait, how many toes there? Their 3 toes, sorry, to 2. With one massive claw heel. So, yeah. And then I will be giving them really, like, cool tail. It kind of looks like it's an afterthought, because it kind of is. But we're just going to add some extra paw details. And then some back leg details. And then I'm going to add some ears. Actually no, because if they have ears, their ability to smell opponent's breath. Actually what, no, I'm going to do adjustment to power set. Instead of being able to see their opponents from, well, instead of being able to smell their opponents, I'm mixing up my own lore here. This just shows how unprepared I am for this. So, retry of his power set, as I am not doing this properly. He can lunge a lot further with his front legs. His back legs have claws on him for extra stability when standing ground. And now, he can not only smell his opponents from miles away, he can smell their breath, and he will have ears that can detect their emotion. So if they're like angry, he'll be able to feel, well, hear their heartbeat. And if they don't have a heartbeat, they're either dead or those ass is a zombie. So yeah, I'll be giving them really cute like canine ears. Even though his ass ain't a canine, it's a butt whooper. So apart from that, as I end this video here, my design for a wolf-like Vulpamancr, and yes, those are the ears I can draw because I don't know how to draw bent dog ears. So, oh, I just realised I haven't done Omnitrix emblem. So, unlike this image where it's on his right shoulder, no, his left shoulder, sorry, it would be on his right shoulder. And yeah, best name in the comments win. Anyways, I've went past my run time today, so this is around 6 minutes longer than my usual videos I've been trying to keep up with. So, hope you've enjoyed, and can't wait to see what the comments choose, even though probably not a lot of people are going to see this video. So, to people who do this, thank you, and hope you can support me through these designs. And yeah, anyways, like, subscribe, put the notification bell on, and please check out community posts. Not a lot of you guys do, and I know you guys love my shorts, so please do keep watching them. And my other videos. I put a lot of effort into them. So, hope you guys enjoy, and I'll speak to you guys later. See ya!